Hello and welcome to Crimes of the Heart Tarot. I'm Miss Vicki, and I'm going to use the tarot to see if we can gain more insight into unsolved mysteries, deaths, and disappearances. Let's get started.
Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I want to do a reading about the untimely death of Heather O'Rourke. Now, she was that little girl, that beautiful little girl, blonde, blue-eyed, that starred in the Poltergeist movies. She was the one that was in front of the TV set and turned around and said, "They're here, they're here." She died at age 12. She was around 12 years old. And it was kind of an odd, she was sick. There was a lot of rumors about what happened to her, the curse of the Poltergeist movies and all that. I just want to pull some cards and see if we can find out what she died of. They said, the doctor said that it was a intestinal bowel obstruction that was congenital. But there were some differing doctors. One doctor said that was just a strange thing to happen to a child her age. So I want to pull some cards. Let's see if we can find out a little bit more about what happened to her. And I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and leaving kind comments. I can't always answer all the comments, but I do read them. So we'll put some cards down. I just want to see the truth about her health, what actually happened to her. Now, she was in the MGM commissary with her mother, and apparently her older sister was in a movie or something. I guess that's why they were in the MGM commissary. She was only 5 years old, but she was such a beautiful little girl. She looked like a little doll. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Now, I don't know if her mother, I don't know if her hair was bleached or not. I'm not sure about that. I want to put some cards down. Not sure what order I want to do them in, but we'll let the universe decide on that. Sometimes they're mixed up, and it takes me a while to get the messages. Anyway, she was found in the commissary, MGM, by Steven Spielberg. Now, she was only 5 years old, and I thought, a 5-year-old child catching the eye of Steven Spielberg, the famous director-producer, that kind of seems odd to me. Now, maybe he's always looking for actresses and all that, and he does a lot of movies for children. But she was really not old enough to be an actress. She'd never acted in anything, but he did sign her up. And she went on to make movies, the 3 Poltergeist movies. She also did some TV shows, quite a few. Now, she had a lot of health problems for a child her age, that were like stomach aches, and they weren't sure what was wrong with her. But then at 12 years old, she did have to go to the hospital. She had intestinal sepsis. She had a heart attack. They tried to do surgery, and she had another heart attack and died. Very young age. 12 years old is not very old. So I want to pull some cards and just see what happened to her. What was going on around her? Did she indeed have this congenital congenital disorder with her bowels? Now, another thing she had was Crohn's disease, which is, I can't see a lot of this on YouTube, but it's where it affects your bathroom visits, let's just say that. All right, the initial card I got is the 2 of Pentacles. I'm going to use the Haunted House Tarot just because of the movies she made, the 3 Poltergeist movies that were so famous. I'll pull some cards, see what we get. All right, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Now, this is balancing things. This shows 2 little girls. Now, this is kind of interesting to me. This could be Heather balancing her real life with her movie life. It could be balancing money, balancing things. almost like a dual life I get from this. Dual lives, two lives. All right. Then we have the Tower. Now this is the Tower. Upright, the Tower card is something drastic that happens, something unexpected. It's almost like something that had to happen, something that you couldn't stop, something that needed to be done. In reverse, it's a tragedy that you're trying to get over. Something happened, you're trying to deal with it. Now at 5 years old and dying at 12 years, she was just a baby. I don't know how she would have coped with these health problems, or with being a movie star, being an actress at that age. All right, we'll pull a few more cards. Then we have the Devil. Wow. Now this is an unusual card for me to see right up front reading about Heather. Now this is addiction. This card shows the Devil with two people that are addicted, and it is upright. This is about being addicted to drugs, controlled substances, any kind of things, love, sex, another person. This is addiction, and this is serious addiction. This is dark. This is not just, oh, I drink coffee, a couple cups of coffee in the morning. This is serious addiction. And a lot of this addiction, as you can see from these cards, they do have chains on, but they can walk away. Now, a child, a 5-year-old child, I don't believe would have addictions even at 12 years old. So this is referring to someone else, I believe. All right. And then we have another card in reverse. We've got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about money and health. Here we have another Pentacle card. We have the Two of Pentacles to begin with, balancing health. Now this is upright. This is kind of a celebration, kind of working together, though this card is kind of dark for the normal Pentacle, Three of Pentacles card. In reverse, this is someone, a group working towards something that's not really a good thing. This is working towards something dark. Well, with the Devil card and the Tower card, these are unusual cards to come up for someone so young. And she was so beautiful. She looked just like a little doll. Next card we have is Judgment. Now this is in reverse. This is Judgment. Upright, it's about being able to walk away from something, having a second chance, being able to do something different with your life. Now I don't know what she thought about being an actress. I think as young as she was when she started, I don't know if she liked it or not. There isn't a whole lot about that. Her mother obviously wanted her to be an actress. She went along with that, her parents. But Judgment in reverse is not being able to walk away from something. It's almost like being trapped. These cards are pretty dark that are coming up, even though they're the Haunted House cards. And then we have the Hierophant, upright. This card is kind of a scary card in this deck. This is an organization. These are really dark cards. I didn't expect to see these. I thought maybe happier cards, childlike cards. Now, the Hierophant, also there was a lot of talk about dark things going on, the filming. I'm sure that people know the Poltergeist films. They were very dark, they were very scary. And there were some deaths associated with that Poltergeist that may or may not have been connected to darkness. But I did read that there was one of the actors, I think he was a Native American, did an exorcism at the end of, not sure if it was the third movie or whatever. And this shows a man doing an exorcism. There was something dark going on. Not just with the movie. I'm getting really dark cards here. Then we have the Eight of Swords. Another dark card. This is someone who is a prisoner. This is someone who can't walk away. Now they are blindfolded. I mean, what can a little girl do if she feels like she's a captive? At her age, she had no control over her life to speak of. I think she felt that strongly. I'm getting that she wasn't real happy doing the movies, being associated with these people. This isn't really what I expected, but then the cards usually surprise me. Then we have the Ace of Wands. This is a fire sign. This is the beginning of something different. Now, this could be that she wanted something different. She told her mother she didn't want to do the acting anymore, or it was a different kind of situation for her. It's a fire sign. It's the beginning of something. Now, I don't know when this beginning would have happened. Something happened. Something happened with her. Then we have the Seven of Cups. Now, this is interesting. This came up in reverse. Now, in upright, this is about delusions, fantasies, having all these choices, not knowing what to do. In reverse, this is not having choices or having bad choices. Now, she was a child. She didn't have a lot of choices. She had the stomach cramps, she had the Crohn's. I almost feel like she was fighting back against something physically. These are really dark cards. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is another card in reverse. This is an independent woman, lots of money, doing whatever she wanted. In reverse, this is someone who's not independent, not having money, not having health. These cards all show me she felt trapped. I think she felt very trapped. I don't think she was really happy doing acting. Though in the movies that I've seen of her, she looks happy. She looks all right, but the cards are saying no. And then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse again. Ten of Cups is a happy home. It's a dream. It's the rainbow. Now, it's almost like a fantasy, this card. This is almost like total excess. In reverse, this is not having happiness in your life. None of these cards are positive for her. The one that really bothers me is the Devil card upright. And a lot of these bother me. I get the feeling that being an actress, even making movies, making money, she felt trapped. She was not happy doing this. And there was an organization, the Hierophant. This is an organization. It doesn't have to mean a church, but this is almost like she's saying, no, no, go away. She was not a happy child, and I don't think it was health related. Pull a few more cards. What was going on with her? The Devil is addiction. She wasn't addicted to anything. Then we have the Knight of Cups, and this is another card that came out in the reverse. The Knight of Cups is a beautiful, it's usually a man, a younger man, enticing love. In reverse, this is a trickster. This is somebody who offers something, but it isn't really what you think it is. None of these cards are really positive for her. Wow, I think she was in way over her head. She was in the clutches of the Devil, and the Tower, and the Hierophant, and she felt trapped. Now this card, the Ace the Ace of Wands, the fire sign, this can also be a phallic symbol. This can be a sexual type start. I think she was very unhappy. Very unhappy, but she was a little trooper. She didn't want to let her mother down. Her mother talked about the happy home, how wonderful everything was. And I'm not blaming her mother for this. This is all my interpretation of the cards. This is all alleged. I don't know anything about her mother, but she felt like she had to do this for the family. This was for her doing this for the family. But it wasn't a happy situation. Wow, there's nothing but unhappiness in these cards. The devil, the Hierophant. She was, I feel, in the clutches of something very dark. It wasn't her parents. This wasn't her parents, though her parents, I don't know if her father was in the picture or not. This is somebody trapped. This is somebody. Wow, okay, there is the chariot. Now, look at this card. There's your chauffeur. There's your limousine. And he's opening the door and pointing. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting very, very strongly that she was SA'd, and I know that her family has denied that. People have talked about that. The cards are not saying that. I'm not making these cards up. You saw me shuffle. These are negative cards. They're all negative. They all point to SA. And you know what I'm getting really strongly from this card? This is strange. I do get flashes when I'm doing these cards. I get visuals, and this limousine with the limo driver, I see a big limo. I see her in there. I see her being essayed in a limo by more than one person, and I don't care what anyone says about that not being true. This is what was happening to her. They were taking her in a limo, driving her around, not especially taking her to a place, but essaying her in a big limo. There is not one positive card in this group. That poor little thing. This is a terrible batch of cards to have for a child, a 5-year-old to 12-year-old. I think she was trapped. This is what the cards are telling me. She was trapped. She was a child. She was in the clutches of a demon. She was like two different personalities, and I don't mean she had a split personality. She was a beautiful little girl actress doing the right things for her parents, making money, being a star, and she was the darker little child that was being, I really get driven around in a big limo and being assaulted in the limo. Not taken so much to a place. I don't see a house. I don't see a dwelling here. She was just picked up and driven around. That shocks me. I never would have thought about that. The devil. She was in the clutches of the devil. These are really unhappy cards. And when the first, I'm going to say, incident happened, it was a horrible shock to her. It physically damaged her. I truly believe this, and this is all alleged. I don't want any repercussions from the family, nothing like that, because this is what the cards are saying. This is what I'm getting from the cards. Trapped, deluded, in the limo, getting in the limo. Wow, this really surprises me. I would have never have thought about that. Well, I don't think about stuff like this that much. They were picking her up in a big limo and driving her around while things were going on in that car. There's some limos that are huge. They have big back seats. Wow, this is a big surprise to me. I never would have thought of that until I saw these cards. Well, that's what I'm getting with these. Poor little thing. And she couldn't really say anything because she was doing this for her family. Wow. That's what I'm getting. There was not one positive card in this bunch. All of these cards are very negative. I might pull a few of these, but honestly, I don't really think I need them. This is a dark shadow of the soul oracles. Somebody was doing things to her. Why else? And one of the doctors, when she died, after her going to the hospital, they thought it was the flu. They thought it was Crohn's disease. Children don't get Crohn's disease. That's just strange. And then to have problems with their bowel. I mean, use your imagination, because I can't really say it. One of the doctors, when she died, said this was distinctly unusual, that she would have this problem and no one knew about it. Pull a few cards, but I think I've got my answer. I feel really dark. This is dark. This is a dark reading for a beautiful little child. Heartless, brutal, unloving, harsh. That's how she was treated. She was treated by these people heartlessly. Picked up in the limo. That's what was going on. I never would have imagined that. It just came to me. Afraid, hesitation, facing the truth. Afraid. Now these cards are dark, but a few more, but I think I have my answer. Complacent, content, proud. So she went along with this because she thought it was what she was supposed to do. She was a little child. She didn't know any better. This really kind of horrifies me. The limo. The limo. Never in a million years would I have thought about that. Trapped. Drowning, grasping for air. No way out. She had no way out. This is really a really dark reading. And this is all alleged. No matter what her family says, and all these things that they say, oh, no, she was perfectly happy. I don't see that. These are very dark cards. I'm going to close the circle because I just don't want to be into this anymore. I don't want to think about this poor little child. Now, I'd like to know your opinion. Leave kind comments. And I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.